Pats Nation, football is officially back, which means we have to bring back a longtime segment that you guys love every single year, and that is the winners and losers segment. A segment where we go back, we look at a game, and we talk about who are some of the top performers of the game and who are the guys that were ultimately a liability. Make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below who your winners and losers are, because I want to hear from you guys. Make sure you also leave a big thumbs up on the video. Help support me massively. And if you guys want to see these kinds of videos all preseason and regular season long, make sure to show the video some love. And look, the New England Patriots just blew out the Washington Commanders 48-18. So let's keep the positivity train moving and start with the winners. Now, the guy that was probably the biggest winner of this game was Patriots rookie second-round pick out of Ohio State in Trayvon Henderson. First play of the game, his first ever touch in the NFL, and he takes it to the house for a 100-yard kick return, an absolute thing of beauty. Trayvon Henderson only played 7 total snaps for the Patriots on offense, all coming in the first quarter, and he was still able to rack up 1 carry on the ground for 18 yards that he bounced to the outside. A beautiful, beautiful block provided by Will Campbell. On top of that, he reached over 21 miles per hour on his kick return, just showcasing that speed, but also in the receiving game. Again, guys, remember, only 7 total snaps he played, but he was still able to also record in the air 3 targets, 3 receptions, averaging roughly 4.5 yards per reception. I think that Trayvon Henderson was everything that was advertised, and he really could not have had a better game. All the way from pass blocking to running the football on the ground to the receiving game to his ability on special teams, we saw the potential and the home run threat that Trayvon Henderson can be. Now, next up here was another guy that we all had on our list coming into this game to keep our eyes on, and he did exactly what he needed to. That is undrafted free agent wide receiver Chisum. The New England Patriots might have their next small slot 5'10" wide receiver that Josh McDaniels has been looking for in his 3rd stint here in New England. I mean, he led the Patriots in receptions, he led the Patriots in yards, and I know it wasn't with the first team offense, but still, him being out there and being the receiver of the game, I think will go a long way in his ability to start getting those first team reps. I mean, 8 targets, 6 receptions, 50 total yards, and a 12-yard touchdown. By the way, the touchdown that he scored on, Ben Woolridge's pass was batted in the air, was tipped at the line. It was altered going through the air, and Chisum was still able to catch it, dodge a few defenders, put his shoulders down, and dive through to get the touchdown. This isn't the end-all be-all, but Mike Reese said himself that it is going to be hard for the Patriots to keep Efton Chisum off of the 53, and if he keeps performing like this, I promise you, if the Patriots do not keep him on the 53, there will be another team out there that decides to sign him. Now, my next winner on this list is going to actually be a group rather than one specific person, and that is just going to be the running game. I thought offensively from quarter 1 to quarter 4, the Patriots were absolutely dominant, but more specifically with their starters, I was really, really impressed with. And more specifically, because of the offensive line providing them blocks, you saw what this running back group can actually do when they are provided that blocking that they have to have in order to be successful. We talked about Trayvon Henderson a little bit earlier on, but Ramondre Stevenson also looked like prime Ramondre Stevenson. 7 total attempts on the ground, 36 total yards, 5.1 yards per carry, and a long run of 13 yards. Also, hey, look it, he didn't put the ball on the ground. That is a great sign for Ramondre Stevenson. The thing about Ramondre is that he's always averaged somewhere between 4 to 5 yards per carry, but last year it dipped to about 3.7 to 3.8 yards per carry. This is exactly what you want to see from him, a guy that can average roughly half a first down per carry. To go along with that, you had Antonio Gibson also get into the mix with 6 attempts for 26 yards, 4.3 yards on average, long run of 7 yards. They mainly used him in the red zone, but you saw that elusiveness. You saw why Antonio Gibson was, believe it or not, one of the best running backs in the league in 2024 in yards after contact and forced missed tackles. There was a moment where the Patriots were in the red zone, knocking on the door for a touchdown, and he gets a give. He bounces it to the outside, and he stiff arms the defender to the ground to get a couple of extra yards. On top of that, you also had UDFA running back Lan Larison ball out. 7 total attempts, 35 yards. He also averaged 5 yards per carry, 1 touchdown, long carry of 16 yards. You just see why the comparisons of Rex Burkhead are there. In fact, in this game, we also learned that the New England Patriots organization themselves also see the resemblance of Lan Larison to Rex Burkhead. Unfortunately, Lan Larison did get injured in this game, and now he's on the injured reserve. His entire season's over. But in positive news, the Patriots do still own the rights to him, and he'll be able to compete for a job next offseason in 2026. And hearing those comparisons to Rex Burkhead, me thinking those same things ever since they signed him as a UDFA, I am really, really excited for what the future holds for Lan Larison. Now, my next winner on this list, and this is going to be a quick one, and you could put the offensive line in as a whole, and I wouldn't tell you you were wrong, but I still think that the offensive line has a little bit of ways to go. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but one guy on that O-line that I did think was perfect, and PFF agrees because they gave him an elite grade, was Will Campbell. Patriots, first-round pick, the rookie over on the left side. The Patriots' offensive success is really going to determine just how good he is at blocking over on the left side. And if this is a sight of what is to come from Will Campbell, boy, oh boy, is this offense going to be taken to the next level in 2025. According to PFF, Will Campbell had an overall grade of 85.4, 8 total pass blocking snaps. He allowed 0 pressures, okay? But to me, the more impressive thing is what he did as a run blocker. The Trayvon Henderson run, where Trayvon Henderson on his lone run got 18 yards, he bounced that to the outside, to the left more specifically, where Will Campbell provided a key block where he took the defender to the damn ground, by the way, and allowed Trayvon Henderson to burst out for 18 yards. Not only that, but there was also a play for Ramondre Stevenson that was able to give him a large gain where they, again, ran it to the left side for Will Campbell, and he did the exact same thing, taking another defender straight to the ground. More specifically, though, the play of the game, arguably, for Will Campbell was on Drake May's rushing touchdown. You had Will Campbell absolutely clear the left side of the field where it opened up a large gap for Drake May to take off confidently and not even have to run into the end zone, but just fast-paced walk into the end zone for an easy touchdown. If Will Campbell doesn't provide that block, he doesn't open up a hole, there's nowhere for Drake May to run. And then last guy on this list, I feel like I would be wrong to not include him on here, but that's undrafted free agent quarterback Ben Woolridge. Look, I don't think he's making the roster. I do think with his performance, he will certainly be back on the practice squad, but he played a lot better than I was expecting. Now, yes, it was in the 3rd and 4th quarter. It was against backups, guys who might not even be in the NFL in a couple of weeks, but nonetheless, from a guy that didn't get any attempts in joint practice with the Commanders, a guy who really all offseason long has gotten very limited opportunities, I thought after he cooled down in the first couple of plays, because he did get bailed out at times, I thought that he was providing really accurate passes. He was going to the guys he trusted. He was making the correct reads. And overall, he was the best quarterback on the field, period, in this game. I mean, he goes 9 for 12, 132 yards, and a touchdown. Again, rough in the beginning of the game, but once he cooled down, he allowed his feet to start playing where he was instead of letting his mind start wandering a little too fast. I thought he was really, really good with the football. But now gets us into the losers of the list, the guys who really just didn't play all that well. And I think we can all think of the same guy who was probably the number one loser on everybody's list. And that was veteran quarterback Josh Dobbs. And I was very, very surprised to see Josh Dobbs play this bad again. The majority of guys he was playing against were 2s, 3s, and even a little bit of 4s. I mean, the fact that Ben Woolridge played better was very surprising to me because Josh Dobbs has been in the league for a very long time. He started in regular season games. He's won a lot of games that realistically he shouldn't have won in the regular season. With all that experience league-wide, I just expected him to be better in a preseason game against guys that are very limited competition compared to what he's had in the past. He struggled big time, though. He only went 5 for 12 on his passes for 45 total yards. Should have been intercepted. His passes were all over the place, underthrowing Kyle Williams, overthrowing guys like Efton Chisum. It just felt like we couldn't get a real look at some of these players for the Patriots offensively because Josh Dobbs was just wildly inconsistent with the football. I mean, two plays that stand out to me is when you had Kyle Williams, the rookie third-round pick for the Patriots, running a go route. He has a step or two on the defender, an opportunity for him to start showcasing himself and build some of that confidence, but Josh Dobbs underthrows him, and again, the ball should have been intercepted. The other play was, again, in the red zone, Josh Dobbs completely missing Kyle Williams, who immediately got open on a slant route, had another step or two on his defender, and if Josh Dobbs just hits him as soon as he gets out of his break, that is an easy touchdown for the rookie. But Josh Dobbs sees him a little bit too late and then forces the throw between two defenders. Thankfully, the ball goes incomplete. It wasn't a total loss. I mean, Josh Dobbs did have a pretty damn impressive rushing touchdown where he evaded pressure for a few seconds, dodged a few guys, had that little B stick move in Madden, and then rushed it in for the touchdown. So that was impressive. But again, I just expected a lot more from him. Now, next up on this list is going to be Jaylen Polk. And it's not because Jaylen Polk performed bad. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't given a whole lot of opportunities, but in the limited opportunities he was given, he just got injured right away. And that's why he's on this list, is because if Jaylen Polk was going to make this final roster, he needed to prove himself. I mean, this offseason, Jaylen Polk has been one of the biggest losers for the Patriots because of his inability to get on the field. The start of training camp for the first several days, couldn't get on the field for the Patriots. He was on the PUP list. Finally comes off, starts looking pretty good, but then deals with an injury again. In this game, because of a missed block by Javon Baker, you had Jaylen Polk get blown up on what looked like an end around. He gets tackled, falls on his shoulder that he got off-season shoulder surgery on, and now we're hearing from Mike Vrabel that we should not expect to see Jaylen Polk back anytime soon, and that he did re-aggravate that same shoulder, and he's not even traveling with the Patriots to their joint practice with the Minnesota Vikings, which says just how bad that injury really was. I guess you could look at this glass half full, glass half empty. I mean, glass half full. The Patriots now have a reason to IR Jaylen Polk. They'll own the rights to him. I mean, his 2025 season will be over, but the Patriots will own the rights to him for him to be able to come back next offseason and compete for a job again. But just overall, really, really unfortunate that on one of the limited plays we saw him, one of his limited opportunities, he got injured right away. And then my final loser on this list is going to be Patriots veteran and former second round pick in Anthony Jennings, one of the best run defending defensive players in all of the National Football League. Not just one of the best run defending edges, but literally one of the best run defending defensive players in the entire league. And that is backed up by facts, man. It breaks my heart to know that Anthony Jennings is more than likely not going to make this Patriots roster. And I think what really told me at the end of the day that, yeah, Anthony Jennings, he's not going to be here, whether it's a release or whether it's a trade, is the fact that he played all game long. He was playing deep into the fourth quarter. And usually when guys are still playing into the fourth quarter, it's because the team needs to see more from them, and they're usually on the outside looking in. We haven't really heard anything from Anthony Jennings all offseason long. Some of you might have even forgot that he was on the team. He just does not fit this Patriots style of defense, right? Mike Vrabel, Terrell Williams, they want their defensive linemen to have high motors, to be able to get to the quarterback, apply that pass rush. They don't really care for guys that are simply just going to be there to stop the run and stop the run only. And unfortunately, that's exactly what Anthony Jennings was. This game, again, told me that he is more on the outside looking in, and this is going to be one of the final times that we get to see Anthony Jennings in a Patriots uniform. But this is where I kick it off to you guys. Who were your winners and losers from the New England Patriots' first preseason game against the Washington Commanders? Let me know in the comment section below. I really want to hear from you guys. Is there anybody that I missed on either side? Make sure you guys make sure to leave a big, big like on this video on the way out. I said make sure. I said make sure a little bit too many times, but you know what? I just want to make sure you guys are prepared. That's all. Make sure you guys do subscribe to that channel for all your New England Patriots news, thoughts, reactions, and breakdowns. A lot of Pats content coming out for you guys now that the season is officially back. But until next time, my name is Colby Cochran, and go Pats.